I'm reading an article right now that U.S. hits highest layoff since COVID. And I want to break this down for two categories. One, if you're a business owner, and two, if you got laid off. I'm so sorry to hear that, but what I think you should do. My advice to business owners is to react to the news, not to get consumed by it. And so, with that in mind, let's take a look at this. And the first thing is that this says that this is the largest layoffs since COVID, right? So the largest layoffs since 2020. And they come in one main category, which is obviously from Doge. And I think there was 292,000 jobs this year since Doge started cutting jobs. So let's think about that. If you're a business owner and you do B2G work, so business to government work, or you don't do it directly, but the government is involved with, the kind of oversight or, your regulatory stuff that you're involved with, you should be going out and trying to either hire or consult with these people today. They just got laid off. They've been laid off for a few months. They're out there looking for a job and can bring value to your company. So if you're growing, you're not laying off, you should be looking at these people as ways to help you to get through some of the stuff that you have to deal with as it pertains to government, whether it's directly or indirectly. And so that's kind of the low-hanging fruit there. And so I'll kind of go back and forth over the company side, the business owner side, and also on the person that might have got laid off side. If you are someone who got laid off, the same thing's true. You should start an agency, a consultancy, and start offering these services to business owners. There's so many things. Think if you worked at the IRS or some other agency and you saw the same things, that people made mistakes over and over again every day. You saw this, and you know that right now you can come in and help a company out by avoiding those mistakes. Stuff that people either do intentionally or unintentionally, but it's slowing down their ability to make money. You now can be the person who solves that problem. So if you're a business owner, you should be hiring that person because they can do it for you. If you got laid off and you have that kind of expertise, you can market to business owners as either an employee or a contractor and say, yeah, I can help you get this approval through, your taxes faster, whatever it might be. You now have the inside knowledge that they don't have to get this done faster and more efficiently. And the difference is as a contractor, you can now tie this to potential revenue or earnings or something like that, because you can help get it done faster. Whereas with the government, you were tied to whatever they're paying the hourly rate or the salary or whatever it was for that. So business owners, employees, whatever you might be, that's the first mentality. The second mentality, I would say, is if you look at some of these other economic conditions that are causing cuts, it's tied to restructuring, closures, bankruptcies, stuff like that. Okay, now, if I'm a business owner right now, I realize that some of these people are laying off top talent. They're laying off talent that is in a tough financial spot, and those people will need to find a job fast compared to some people who might be top talent and can wait a year or two or three because they saved up a good amount of money. Hey, quick interrupt here. One tip at the bottleneck breakout. It's got one job, and that's to fix the biggest pain point in your business. I take on 3 clients like this a week. Use the booking link below. Go ahead and reserve your time, and let's solve the biggest thing holding your business back. So you now have the opportunity to go out and to hire or contract out top talent that's on the market that might be in a financial bind because they didn't expect to get laid off. They took some bets thinking that they would have a job, and then the corporation came to them and said, hey, today we're shutting our doors. It also could be that you've been looking to expand into a different area and you didn't have the expertise. Your current staff didn't really know how to do it. Now those people are available to you. So look at this as an opportunity. If you're in the space where you're looking to expand or to hire, those people are out there looking for jobs. And there's going to be a spectrum, right? Some will need a job today because of their financial situation. Others will want to wait 3, 6, 9, 12 months before they take a job. And so you have to go, okay, I want to be aggressive. I want to hire those people who need a job today. And by doing this, this is going to help me propel my business further, right? And so it's as simple as that. Now, what you will see is people complain about companies putting out job requests, putting out posts. And so don't do that and waste their time. Be respectful. If you're not serious about hiring someone, don't waste their time where they're filling out a resume and you have no intention of hiring people. Or you make the criteria so silly that, the odds of finding a candidate are so slim. Don't do that. Be someone, if you're intentional about hiring someone like this, hire put out something that's going to attract the right person and hire them. These are people who have lost their jobs, and don't be that person. Again, on the employee side, if you lost your job and you have that expertise in retail maybe, or in some kind of technology or consumer goods or whatever it might be, go to companies as a consultant, offer that, or as an employee and say, I will do it for you. Because people are laying off, it doesn't mean they're not hiring consultants. Those are different mentalities. So you as an employee, they might not want to take on the insurance and the liability and all that stuff. But as a contractor, they might pay you more than they would have paid you as an employee, but they don't have to keep you around and severance pay and all that stuff. They can get rid of that. So they might be prone to do that. So keep that in mind. The other thing I want to say is that this is tied to obviously AI, automation, and technology. These are going to keep coming. So if you got laid off because of AI and automation, it doesn't mean that everyone will lay you off because of AI and automation, but it means that trend might continue. Some business owners love AI automation, others don't. I think everyone should be adopting it as much as they feel comfortable with, and even trying to test it in areas that they're not comfortable with because their customers and clients might. But don't assume that just because AI automation cut your job, then a local small business might have the same opinion. So if you're at Amazon, let's say, I don't know if Amazon's in here or not, Amazon is going to have access and going to use technology in ways that local small businesses aren't. So there's just a simple analogy to go, well, this big corporation doesn't need me, but small businesses aren't even using this stuff yet. So there's a gap there. Salary might be different, but there is a gap there. The other thing about AI automation is if you got laid off for AI automation, then you can potentially learn how to go do that work and take it to the small businesses as a consultant and saying, hey, now I was running a call center and they laid us off because they use AI and automation for that process. I'm going to show you how to do it. So a small business owner might not want to invest the time to do it himself, to learn how to do it, but someone from Amazon who got laid off because of that, or a big corporation because of that, you're now saying you know how to run bigger call centers, you know how to solve those problems, and the reason you lost your job was because company A did this thing, you've learned how to do it, and you're going to take it now to them. Do you know the amount of small businesses who struggle just to answer the phone? Okay, so there's a perspective there. The other thing is, let's say it's like a marketing or sales type mentality. The same thing is true there. You will know about things that they have no clue even existed. So I was in I don't know, this is probably 3-4 months ago. I was in something, and this guy was talking about Facebook ads. And man, the level of knowledge that he understood Facebook ads was crazy. I don't run Facebook ads, never run anything other than maybe like boosting a post. And so not a Facebook ad expert by any stretch of the imagination. This guy was. It was crazy just to hear him talk about it. And he would talk about companies bigger than him and how they would run Facebook ads. And there was just levels to it, right? So I think one time he told a story that there was a company that he's an investor in or something like that. I can't remember how it worked out. And that company would check their Facebook ads, I think it was like every hour. And on the hour, if they weren't making enough sales, they would go and modify some of their campaigns and their ad spend and stuff like that to hit their numbers. That's a different mentality than a small business has, should have, or would have. But if you have that kind of knowledge about how to view the analytics, whether a campaign is running or not, a small business would love that. They won't want to tweak it on the hour, but they would want to tweak it on the day or the week. And you can tell them, I've done this, I've seen this, and these are the results that we made for this big company. We're going to scale it down into what you need. And so now, all of a sudden, all you need to do is this, and you can be way ahead of your competition. So again, if you got laid off, I'm so sorry to hear that. Or if you're struggling to get a job, that's the worst. Consider the contractor route, starting a business, figuring out how to do that and going pitching to some of these companies. If you're a company and you're not laying off, look around. There's a ton of talent out there. And a lot of what we call the A talent is going to be out there. And some of them will want to wait. They will want to make more than you will pay them. But some of them will need a job today. And so you can go bring those people on today, right now, and really scale your business to levels that your competitors aren't, because they're sitting around playing the same old game. You don't have to play that game. If you don't want to, you don't have to. There's no rules here. It's what do you want to do? And so adopt the mentality right now that there are companies laying off people and top talent will need jobs. Some will need it fast. You can be the person who scoops those people up and really takes your company to the next level.